she said. "If you don't start earning more, I'm leaving." I responded, "Good luck with that." Then I opened Chase alerts at 8:17 p.m., screen recorded. She stopped laughing when, I Noah 30 and she Madison 27. Rooftop in Chicago. String lights over a cheap grill. Wind off the lake cut the smoke and carried it over State Street. My friends clapped for a toast. Madison lifted her cup like a host and dropped her line in a bright voice. The word leaving sat in the air like a dare. I let it hit. I smiled with only my teeth and said what I said. Then I pulled my phone out, opened Chase, and toggled SMS for every swipe over 50. I shared the Uber family receipts to my number, not hers. I kept my face calm for the room. Her friends laughed at nothing. My friend Tyler Sanchez met my eyes and looked down. He knew my tells. She leaned in close and kissed my cheek. "Motivation," she said. "Pressure makes diamonds, Noah." I nodded. "Pressure also cracks pipes," I said. She rolled her eyes and turned back to the grill. She wore a white blazer over a green dress, hair pinned high. Her last name is Lopez. She likes room keys and rooftop views. She hates slow anything. The first breach came before the cake. My phone buzzed with the Chase tone. Chase alert S on ULF 48762. Joint card. No hotel plan. She stood 20 feet away from me with a plate of sliders and a pose for a selfie. I glanced at the amount, took a slow breath, and put the phone face down. A charge like that does not come from a bar bite. That is a room or a suite or a late check, out on someone else's tab. Her motive left fingerprints. Money and a story to tell. She wants a life that looks expensive, even when it is not paid for yet. I did not argue on that roof. I saved the text to a folder named Hilton. I poured seltzer and took out the trash. The risk was plain. I work in logistics at a warehouse software startup in the West Loop. Word of mouth spreads faster than my app updates. If she framed me as a guy who cannot provide, I would carry that in rooms where salary gets decided. If I blew up at a party, I would be the shout, not the fact. One bad story on a Chicago rooftop can follow you to 3 bars and your Slack channel by Monday. My rent is $2,180 before parking. Our buffer in checking is thin most months. A 487.62 hit could push a late fee. That is how reputations and budgets both bleed. I wanted a clean way out. Proof first, then words. She drifted toward the elevator with 2 of her office friends. I kept handing out plates. People left in small clumps. Tyler stacked chairs with me and kept quiet. He knows silence better than advice. I took the last bag down to the apartment and checked our Ring doorbell. I set alerts on motion last week, when my bike got clipped. The still that loaded showed a person in her white blazer, sliding our spare suitcase from the hall closet, and tucking a garment bag over it. No face. The shoulder curve and the hairpin gave it away anyway. I saved the still. That was enough for me to know she left the party twice. Around a quarter of the way through the night, the next confirmation hit in a small, sharp way. Lyft pinged a drop at Hilton, Chicago, 720S Michigan Ave. I screenshot the receipt and circled the address with my finger on the glass. I do not need the driver's name or a plate. An address with a known card swipe makes a pair. I placed the screenshot next to the Hilton alert in the folder. I am not a detective. I am a man who sleeps better when the pieces sit next to each other in a straight line. People think money demands are private. They are not. You put that line out loud on a rooftop, you turned it public. I did not sprint to catch up. I walked. She texted after midnight. We need to talk tomorrow. Vision and goals. That is a line she stole from a podcast. I answered with one word. Sure. My hands shook a little, then settled. Morning light came with gulls and trash trucks. I brewed coffee and checked the Hilton email I sent at night. Please send an incidental folio for card ending 2231. I wrote. A desk agent replied, we need guest authorization. I forwarded the email to Madison with no comment. She wrote back. Stop being petty. I replied, send the form. She left it unread. By noon she posted a Chicago River photo and a quote about hustle. She tagged a manager from her office. His name is William Harris, VP of something with a budget. His surname sits on a lot of event banners downtown. She wants status. She likes to stand next to titles like they are mirrors. The Hilton charge smelled like that. I waited. Update 2 flipped the plan. Tyler sent me a screenshot from a private group chat at his office. Someone forwarded a thread from Madison's team by mistake. The screenshot showed a photo of a Marriott banquet room, with a caption. Secured the suite at Hilton for William after party. Use Noah's joint for incidental till Monday. I'll reverse it. The name at the top said, M. Lopez. The line about reversing looks great in a message. It looks worse next to a bank alert. The hidden truth made it simple. This was not about me earning more. This was about her using my name to float a work party and buy herself glow. Status, not love. I read the screenshot twice, then stared at my hands. The plan changed in my head without drama. I would not beg. I would not argue about goals. I would make one call to my boss, James Walker, and ask for a straight salary review with a list of wins. I would bring the Hilton charge as a separate matter to my bank for reversal. I would also put one sheet in an envelope for Hilton guest services and William Harris's office. Nothing messy. No posts. Paper only. I booked a salary meeting. I printed a clean 1-page of my last quarter wins with order numbers and shipment saves. 10% efficiency for one client. A save on a blown Route 90 window. 3 new accounts that hit their SLA back to back. Numbers, names, no adjectives. I taped the Hilton alert to the back for myself, not for James. I wanted the raise for my work, not because my girlfriend taunted me at a party. Point of no return came 2 days later when a FedEx envelope from my bank arrived. Provisional credit, E487.62. The letter read, they flagged the Hilton charge as disputed and asked for any backup. I printed the group chat screenshot Tyler had sent and the lift drop address. I blacked out names not needed with a marker and mailed copies. I walked to the corner box and slid the envelope in. You feel the scratch of cardboard and the soft thud when it drops. That sound feels like a decision. Madison asked to meet at a coffee shop in River North. She came in with sunglasses and a smile like nothing was hot. Did you think about it? She asked. You, me, goals, real money. I talked to William. He said he can float you a referral if you get your act together. I laughed. It came out short. I do not need William to float me anything, I said. I need you to stop using my name as a card. She stirred her lat, slow, like she was on camera. You always make it ugly. Noah, she said. Be happy for me? You charged a hotel to our joint without a word, I said. Be happy for me is not the line. We will fix it Monday, she said. I already told accounting. I already disputed it, I said. Her spoon stopped moving. For a second her face showed the math behind her eyes. Then the mask came back. You are small, she said. That is why you will never get out of the middle. Watch me, I said. She stood. If you do not start earning more, I will leave, she said again, softer, like the room should not hear it this time. I pointed to the door. Then leave, I said. She left. 2 hours later the Hilton replied to my follow-up with a folio. Room 2317, 2 lobby bar charges, a fruit plate, a late checkout. The card on file, my joint, last 4/22/31. The guest name was redacted with a black bar. The room number was not. I printed the folio and placed it next to the chat screenshot in a folder. I did not feel triumphant. I felt tired. Update 4 set the final piece. Chase emailed a reversal notice for the Hilton swipe. Credit posted. The email subject line had a code string. I do not care about the code. I care about the line that says minus 487.62. The bank did its part. My next move would not be about the charge. It would be about the message Madison tried to write on my back in public. I would not wear it. I met James for the salary review in a quiet room with a window that looked at a brick wall. He wore a gray shirt and a face that likes facts. I placed my 1-page on the table. He read with a pen in his hand and tapped the margin by 1 line. You saved Freight King twice in a week, he asked. Yes, I said. Screenshots in the case if you need them. He nodded. What do you want? He asked. 10%, I said. Title bump to senior. A small team lead on the East wrote. He leaned back and studied my face like it was a new label. I can do 8 now, he said. 2 more at quarter if you hit the numbers you outlined. Team lead on trial. I want clean handoffs. I held his gaze and nodded. Don't, I said. He smiled. You did not bring me a sob story, he said. You brought paper. I like sleep, I said. He laughed and signed the HR form. He shook my hand. I walked out with a lightness I had not felt in weeks. The decisive move came that night. Hilton hosted a vendor mixer in the same building, different floor. William Harris likes to hold court by the window. I asked Erin Williams, my friend since grade school, to walk in with me. She works in event staffing and understands rooms. She wore a black blazer and a badge that said check-in. She does not work for Hilton. She knows how to look like she does. We walked to the desk and waited. When William floated near, Erin set a sealed envelope on the counter with his name on it. From guest services, she said in a steady tone. He thanked her without looking and slid it into his coat. He moved on. Inside the envelope sat a single page. Room 2317. Incidentals on joint ending 2231, and the Marriott screenshot caption Madison wrote with her own initials. I added a little note at the bottom in clean print. Please ensure your team does not ask non-employees to float hotel incidentals. See attached reversal notice. I did not sign it. I did not need to. The proof spoke with my voice. He opened it 10 minutes later near the bar. I saw his jaw set. He took out his phone and stepped aside. Madison arrived soon after in a blue dress and a smile way too wide. William did not smile back. He said 4 quiet lines. She went pale, then hot, then walked straight to the elevator without looking at anyone. Her shoes clicked too loud on the marble. The room did a little hush like a church when a child drops a hymn book. People looked, then looked away. Visible result. The card I wanted to flip had flipped in 3 moves. Proof, reversal, envelope. She called me on her way down State Street. You humiliated me, she said. You did that on the roof, I said. Silence. Then a breath like a sob she would not give me. I hope your 8% feels like a mountain, she said. It is a start, I said. She hung up. I did not chase. I walked out into the night with Erin. We got tacos from a truck near Wabash and ate on a bench. She bumped my shoulder. You did not break the room, she said. You moved a chair. I like chairs, I said. We laughed. The laugh helped. I slept at my friend Tyler's place on a spare couch for 2 nights while I moved some boxes. Madison texted once. I'll grab my things Saturday. I left the door buzzer on and the ring armed. The clip played at 11:06 p.m. She came with 2 bags and a friend named Grace. They moved fast, heads down. I saved the clip to the folder. Not to post. To keep my own history straight. On Sunday I sat at my small table and wrote a line to our circle. We are done. Keep it kind. I did not add color. I did not leak the Hilton page. If anyone tried a nasty spin, I would answer that person with 1 sheet, and no extra words. No one pushed it. That surprised me in a good way. Monday I met James for a quick follow-up. He handed me a printed HR confirmation with the 8% number on it. Not a fortune. Not a dream. A visible step. You earned it, he said. Also, legal sent a note to all managers today. No staff may put personal charges on non-employee cards at off-site events. Someone did that last week. It will not happen again, I nodded. Good, I said. He smiled and pointed at the paper. Go buy yourself a steak, he said. Pay cash, I said. We both laughed. Madison sent one more text a week later. I reversed the DoorDash I put on the joint last month. Check your chase. I'll mail your spare key. She added a line that sounded like the end of a show. You did not earn me. I stared at it for a second, and then muted the thread for a year. Her key arrived in a plain envelope with no note. The DoorDash reversal hit for a 41.78. I added that to the folder with a paperclip. Not as a trophy. As an end mark. I moved into a studio in Lakeview with a fire escape that pretends to be a balcony. I bought a plant I have not killed yet. I make eggs in a pan that heats even. I take the red line to work and stand by the door. I like the sway, and the city looking back at me through windows. I did not buy new clothes. I did not start a new life with a new person 1 week later. I went to sleep earlier and woke up on time. That is a wealth I did not know I missed. Tyler came by with a cheap pizza and a new game. We ate and talked about the Bulls and a broken pallet at Dock 3. Erin texted me a photo of the river and a green line of trees. I sent her a picture of my plant and said it was still alive. She sent 3 claps. We keep things simple on purpose. 2 months passed. My review landed with the last 2% attached like a neat bow. James wrote a line at the bottom. You kept proof tight and your tone cleaner than most. I thanked him and took the train to Wrigley for a game. I ate a hot dog and did not check my phone for an hour. No alarms. No crisis. I saw William once on Michigan. He nodded. We tightened our policy, he said. Thank you for the nudge. Keep your suits off my card, I said. He laughed. Yes, he said. We both walked on. I heard through a friend that Madison left her company for a marketing gig in Milwaukee. Good city. I hope she finds what she wants there. I do not plan to find out. Twist revenge does not need fire. It needs a folder. It needs a line that lands when the room is loud. She tried to make me small by using my name to pay for a night I did not attend. I made her story shrink to its size with 1 envelope. I did not post her face. I did not burn her contacts. I moved a chair and walked out with my head up and arrays printed on HR paper. Close loops. Show consequences. Keep your proof tight. Madison moved out and mailed the key. Hilton zeroed the charge. My bank credited the hit. My boss put the raise through and added a rule with my fingerprints on it. I eat better. I sleep more. If you ever hear a line like hers on a roof, turn on your alerts and let paper do the talking. If this hit you, drop a comment with the first receipt you would pull.